What is good, everyone? My name is Ryan or MandRproductions, and today I'll be sharing with you my top 10 LEGO Star Wars Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith sets. If you do enjoy this video, please leave a like down below. My goal is 200 likes on this video. That would be absolutely amazing to reach. Also, please drop a comment down below if you have anything to say about my top 10 list. If your list would have been different, if you would have included some sets that I didn't, I would be interested to hear, and I'll be replying to your comments. And of course, subscribe if you haven't already because, well, I make awesome videos. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and hop right into this. I think that Star Wars Episode 3 has had some of the best LEGO sets. I love Star Wars Episode 3. It was the first Star Wars movie that I got to see in theaters. I was 8 at the time, and it was just amazing for me. I loved the sets at the time. It was what got me into LEGO, so I'm very grateful for it, and I really loved it. So this list has a special place in my heart. A lot of the sets on here from 2005, 2007 have a lot of nostalgia value to me. The list may be a little bit biased in that perspective, but I still think it's an interesting list to go through for my top 10. So let's go ahead and start out with number 10. At number 10, I have chosen the 75036 Utapau Troopers Battle Pack from 2014. Had 83 pieces and 4 minifigures, obviously being 2 of the regular 212th Troopers and 2 of the Airborne Troopers. Absolutely stellar minifigures. I just can't say enough about how great the minifigs are in this set. I love the markings on them. Even though the Episode 3 Trooper was kind of the same as the 501st Trooper, just with a different color, I think the Airborne Trooper was absolutely amazing, and I just love it so much. I think they both look great together. Unfortunately, the Tri-Droid that is included in this set is not something that I love too much. I wish they had included something for the Airborne Troopers and the 212 Troopers to use themselves instead of something for them to fight. Although it is kind of a cool idea because we had never gotten the droid like this from the Clone Wars, from that Christophsis battle, the bigger version. I think this kind of represents that well, even though it's smaller and in a different color. But again, I still wish there was something for the Clone Troopers themselves instead. At number 9, I have chosen the 7283 Ultimate Space Battle. This set cost $50 back in 2005. It had 567 pieces. It included Anakin Skywalker and Obi-Wan, so pretty good minifigure selection, and it was a Target exclusive, so you can only find this thing at Target. But a super cool set. I mean, this thing was the only way you could get the red Obi-Wan's Jedi Starfighter until a couple years ago when they released it as its own set. The cool thing is that this thing included 2 Vulture droids, a droid Tri-Fighter, the red Obi-Wan Starfighter, and the yellow Anakin Starfighter, all for $50. I mean, a great playset for the price. Absolutely stellar minifigure selection, I think. Being Episode 3, 2005, they didn't really have many minifigs back then anyway, so I think the minifig selection wasn't bad. You got a couple of Buzz droids, which were nice as well, and overall it was just a really cool playset. You got a bunch of spaceships that you could fly around, and I just thought it was a really cool set. Unfortunately, I never got it. I only had the Anakin Starfighter with Vulture droid, and then I had the Tri-Fighter separately, but I never got the full $50 set back then, because I don't even think I ever saw it on the shelves. I don't really remember that well. It was a long time ago, and I was 8, so I may or may not have seen it on the shelves and been like, hey, I wanted that. But anyway, let's go ahead and move on to number 8. For number 8, I chose the 9526 Episode 3 Palpatine's Arrest set, and this is a pretty neat set. I actually used to have it, but unfortunately I ended up selling it on eBay, and now I wish I had it back because, you know, that's how I work. I always wish I had stuff back that I sell. Anyway, the minifigs it had were Mace Windu, Emperor Palpatine, or Chancellor Palpatine at the time, Kit Fisto with his cape, Mace Windu, Sensei Tin, and Agen Kolar. So pretty good minifigure selection with a pretty nice set. It had the little Anakin Starfighter, not really Anakin Starfighter, but the little fighter that he flew around on Coruscant. It included 645 pieces, so a pretty hefty set, but unfortunately it was $90 for that piece count, so it's kind of expensive. But if you look at the set, it actually uses some pretty big pieces, so it kind of makes sense. Overall, it was a pretty nice design. It had the basically Chancellor's room there with kind of a little bit of extra space and detail. A landing pad. You could build more things onto the edge of it there. You guys can see the little Technic areas where you could connect things into. A pretty neat set with some modular ability there, so I really liked it, and I kind of wish I had it back, so we're going to leave that one at number 8. And at number 7, I have the 7260 Wookiee Catamaran. It was 376 pieces for $50 and 5 minifigs. Luminara, Unduli, Chewbacca, a Wookiee warrior, and a couple of clone troopers with the green markings were very, very cool. Oh, and Yoda, so 6 minifigures, my apologies, but Yoda, of course, in there as well. It's a pretty neat set, actually, on this one, and it really holds up pretty well. I've actually played around with it a little, and it's actually a pretty sturdy set. It also comes with a swamp speeder along with it, so you get a little swamp speeder for your clone troopers. It's a pretty nice little swamp speeder. It's not as good as the 2009 design from the Clone Wars, but it's still a pretty neat little extra thing thrown in there to make the set really worth $50. It also has the ability to drop bombs out of the bottom, and it has a large spring-loaded missile on the top there to kind of give it more playability, so it's a lot of fun. And also of note, the Luminara Unduli is light up. You can't beat a light up minifigure. That's really awesome, so I'm a big fan of the set, and I really, really like it. At number 6, I've chosen the 7661 Jedi Starfighter with Hyperdrive Booster Ring from 2007. It was $50 with 575 pieces and 2 minifigures, the biggest draw of which being the Kit Fisto minifigure, which was brand new at the time. It also included an Episode 3 version of Obi-Wan. The set itself was really, really cool. It had a blue Obi-Wan's Jedi Starfighter along with a color matching hyperdrive ring, so it became a very cool matching set. The only thing I found a little bit off-putting is there's nowhere to put Kit Fisto, so I didn't really know what to do with him. It was a great minifigure on Lego's part to include in a set like this to make it more exclusive and just kind of really, really awesome. I think this was a Toys R Us exclusive back in 2007, so a pretty neat set in my memory. I still own this set, and it's actually holds up pretty well to the newer version of the hyperdrive ring, but not quite as good. It doesn't really have any features. All it can do is kind of put the Starfighter in there and take it out. That's really all you can do with this set, so unfortunately it lacks a lot of features that the newer one has, but nonetheless it's a really neat set at number 6. At number 5, I've chosen the 75035 Kashyyyk Troopers Battle Pack with 99 pieces and obviously 4 minifigures. Came with a couple of regular Kashyyyk Scout Trooper looking minifigs and a couple of Episode 3 Phase 2 type Kashyyyk minifigs, so really neat battle pack in general. I'm a huge fan of this battle pack. It's one of the better battle packs Lego's ever made. It's one that a lot of people wanted for a long time, and in 2014 we finally got our wish with this thing. I mean, absolutely amazing minifigure selection and a really neat swamp speeder. I think the swamp speeder was a really cool choice because obviously they could have done a walker, but I think the swamp speeder holding 2 minifigures, although it is a little bit small, looks really awesome, and I think they did a great job making a small swamp speeder that still looks accurate and has some functionability to it. So really, really awesome. Back at the time, these spring or stud shooters were brand new, so that was even pretty cool back then as far as the weapons they got. So I'm a big fan of this set. Love the minifigure selection. It was great for army building. It still is. You can still get them kind of cheap, so I'm a big fan of this one. And at number 4, I have chosen the 75040 General Grievous wheel bike from 2014. It had 261 pieces and included Obi-Wan and General Grievous himself. They were both brand new minifigures at the time, and they look absolutely stellar still today. This was a much better wheel bike than the original General Grievous wheel bike. That also did include the animal that Obi-Wan rode on, but unfortunately the newer version does not, which kind of makes sense because it's such a better and bigger model as far as piece count. If you wanted to include that thing, it would make the set like $40, which would be ridiculous. But for the wheel bike itself, it's an absolutely stellar set. It's got a great bit of functionality. You can fold up the legs and put it into wheel mode, or you can put the legs down and have it walking around. There's guns on the side. There's a really neat control panel. You can have Obi-Wan hanging off the side with the Magna Guard stick as well. So again, the minifigures, heading back into those, really awesome General Grievous minifig, the best General Grievous minifig, I think. It just looks so awesome. They did a great job molding it and getting some good prints on there to make it look as accurate as possible. Same deal with Obi-Wan. I think the Episode 3 Obi-Wan in this set is absolutely amazing, and I just really love it. At number 3, I have the 75183 Darth Vader Transformation from 2017. Has 282 pieces, 3 really awesome minifigures, being Emperor Palpatine, Darth Vader, and Anakin Skywalker. And best of all, it came in at a low price of $25. This is an absolutely stellar Lego set. One of the best Lego sets at the $25 range in years, in my opinion. It's just got a lot of great playability features. The minifigures are absolutely stellar. It really represents the scene well. Especially if you guys remember the 2005 Darth Vader transformation. This is a major upgrade from that. You guys can check out my comparison link in the description below. It's just an amazing Lego set. It's got a lot of great cool features that you can utilize, like making the medical droids blow up essentially and fly away from the scene because Darth Vader got angry. You could also put on Darth Vader's helmet. It's got the newer redesigned Darth Vader from 2015, so you have that as well as a brand new charred Anakin Skywalker, battle damaged Anakin Skywalker, just absolutely amazing. And then lastly, Emperor Palpatine with his gold lightsaber hilt. It doesn't get any better than that, so that's number 3 on the list. Honestly, could have been higher. At number 2 on my top 10 LEGO Star Wars Episode 3 sets, I have the 2010 set number 8088 Arc 170 Starfighter. Had 396 pieces, which just so happens to be the same as the 2005 version, but it did cost $60. It included 3 minifigures being Kit Fisto, Captain Jag, a clone pilot, and R4P44. So pretty neat minifigure selection here. I loved these redesigned Episode 3 clone pilots, as well as the inclusion of Kit Fisto, again, kind of similarly to the 2007 Hyperdrive ring, so it's pretty nice to get Kit Fisto again in this set. I think it's just a really playable LEGO set. I think it looks really cool. It's a really sleek looking set, really finished off looking set. It's got a lot of nice curves to it, I think. They did a good job making it look very accurate, like it could be, and having it still be playable and have some cool details and features to it. So the wings can open. It's got some flick-fire missiles underneath. The back turret is one of the coolest back turrets I've seen on any LEGO Star Wars set. The cockpits are amazing. They have stickers on them, but I think they still look really cool like that with the extra bit of sticker detail, and you can get inside the middle there and put your minifigs in there as well. So a really cool set. All in all, the engine area looks pretty neat as well. So I really like this set, and I think you guys may disagree with me for it being at number 2. You may not, so let me know down in the comments below, but I think it's worthy of being number 2. I just think it's a really cool set. It's a really neat army builder. It looks really cool in high numbers, but man, I just like it for some reason. And last but not least, at number 1, we have the 7261 Clone Turbo Tank from 2005. This set included 801 or 813 pieces, depending on the version that you got. There was a version that we have here with a light-up Mace Windu, and there was also a version without a light-up Mace Windu. The one without light-up Mace Windu came with an extra clone trooper to kind of compensate for not having the light-up Mace Windu, so that was kind of cool on LEGO's part to include that as well. So, pretty neat set. It's got a really cool scout speeder for your Kashyyyk trooper. It's actually my favorite LEGO Star Wars speeder for a clone ever. Like, it's a really good speeder design. Very, very cool. And then the turret it comes with for the droids is pretty cool, as well as a smaller droid turret. So a really neat set all in all. It also came with a jetpack clone trooper, which is pretty awesome. You can see him flying there on the box. For $90, it's a really good LEGO set. You can open up all these sections of this thing and get to the interior and play around with it. You can store the turret inside of there, or you could store your clone troopers inside of there. You can modify this thing pretty easily. The wheels work really well if you're going over some rough terrain, which I really like as well. You can have a clone trooper sit up in the scout lookout up top with binoculars. There's turrets on top. There's turrets below the middle sections, or whatever, the main section of the turbo tank. So there's guns all over this thing. It's just a really neat juggernaut clone turbo tank. I mean, I just love this thing. Episode 3 clone turbo tank at number 1. If you guys disagree, please let me know down in the comments, but I think this is the best Star Wars Episode 3 set ever made. And that will do it for my top 10 LEGO Star Wars Episode 3 sets list. If you guys have any changes you'd like to make to my top 10 list, please leave in the comment section below. I'd be interested to hear what you have to say. Other than that, please leave a like on the video. I would greatly appreciate it if we could hit 200 likes on this video. It would be absolutely amazing. It would make my day. And subscribe if you haven't already, because I make awesome LEGO videos. Check out my other LEGO videos talking about that. Go on my channel. Check out the videos. I got drop tests, top 10s, worst to first, minifigure comparisons, set comparisons, set reviews. The list goes on and on. So definitely worth checking out for mostly daily content. So thank you all for watching. I hope you guys have an awesome day, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.